Salve, salve família! Estamos aqui no nosso segundo episódio de Dragonage Inquisition. Eu consegui pegar um tempo para gravar isso aqui, porque estava difícil, mas vamos continuar. Bem, olha, eu estou mostrando aí para vocês o seguinte. Eu já tinha dito que eu tinha a versão do Game of the Year, e essa versão vem umas armaduras, umas armas diferenciadas, e eu acabei pegando ali. Mas eu não costumo usar, porque como eu disse anteriormente, eu acho bem roubado, né? Ainda mais no início do jogo. Não tem necessidade disso. Então vamos continuar aqui com a nossa missão principal. Estou sendo reverenciada por pessoas que até poucos minutos atrás me chamavam de culpada pelo problema todo. Adoro, o mundo dá voltas. Tá passado? Olha lá. Ah, agora o pessoal não quer nem me incomodar. É aquilo, né? O povo é cruel. Tô dando uma paradinha só pra ouvir os diálogos, tá? Fui abençoada mesmo, querida. Poderia vender algumas coisas? Poderia. Porém eu não vou. Eu vou subir mesmo, resolver logo essa pendência aqui. Ah lá, ó, seus bandos de prego. Chora. Pra que lado eu vou? Vou fazer a voltinha. Eu impedi, viu? Ah lá, a outra exigente. Ah, sai daqui, meu. Vai lá trabalhar então. Vai lá fechar. Só cara de pau. É engraçado como o jogo já meio que bota você pra aquele caminho obrigatoriamente. Não vai subir ali não. Já encheu de personagem ali na escada. Assim, não vai não, amor. Chanceler Roderick é o meu peru. Ah, cai fora. Chanceler Roderick é... Cacete. Manda ele vir brigar comigo. Até agora não me peitou direito. Ficou só de nhenhenhen aí. Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Olha, essas coisinhas, cantos e nananã, eu vou passar assim, mais ou menos rápido. E aí é aquela história, né? Dá o pause, lê se quiser. Esse cara, pô, mané. O cara não me deixa em paz, bicho. E ainda diz que eu falhei. Ah, vamos ter cara de pau mesmo, na moral.
I do not believe that. That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry. My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor. As is
É mais forte do que eu. Eu tenho que capinar tudo, entendeu? Buscar um monte de coisa. Eu ia explorar mais, mas aí eu achei melhor. deixa até daqui a pouco. Lembrando, se provavelmente as missões secundárias estarão na Twitch. Que cara de pau, sai de mim, meu. Dá um soco nesse cara.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
Porra, ainda estão suspeitando de mim, caramba?
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did.
You absolutely are.
Oh, cara.
No, she is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
É, sim.
And many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
Esse negócio de escolhida, né? Deixa essa merda pra lá. Eu
You
vou meter a
realize I'm an
confusa.
elf. A Dalish elf.
I have not forgotten. No matter what you are or what you believe, you are exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
Nem é você, seu cara de
You know
pau.
what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition
Cassandra
reborn.
faz tudo!
We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
Chora? Hã? Estressada! Sai daqui, querida! Ui!
Is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
Agora eu vou encher o saco também, porque eu sou uma elfa e sou uma elfa desconfiada.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many
Ou
still
seja,
think you guilty.
se eu vazar,
Inquisition can only protect
vamos
you
quebrar
if
na
you are
porrada
with
na
us.
rua. Então,
We can also help
a
you.
opção,
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
a opção é ajudar de muito bom grado, né?
If you're truly trying to restore order,
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Pô, me jogaram perto de uma pedra? Caraca. Caracas. Bem, o que eu vou fazer agora? Eu tenho que ir para... acho que para Hinterlands. Que é quando vai começar mesmo o jogo. Tenho que começar a ajudar o pessoal. Crescer o poder da Inquisition. Senão ninguém vai dar moral pra gente.
That prattle from Valroya isn't the word of the Maker. It's politics.
Já tá rolando um papo lá em Valroya.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
I heard some speak of using the Templars instead.
Oh. I suppose that would work as well.
Fofocada. Não tem muita coisa por aqui. E eu também não achei legal explorar tanto assim ainda. Por conta daquilo, né? Eu quero botar um vídeo mais enxuto. Se bem que esse vídeo aqui acho que vai dar quase 1h e pau. Mais do que o primeiro.
Does it trouble you?
Não, amor, é super inconfortável. Olha emocionada. Eu vou meter o confuso.
I just wish I knew what it was, or how I got it.
We will find out. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do.
Lá vem os caras me meter em confusão.
May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Ai, meu crush eterno esse homem.
Such as they are. We lost many
Todas
soldiers.
as outras saves é
I
ele.
fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven.
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
Liliana, assassina vingativa perigosíssima.
Tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced
Sim, infelizmente nenhum nem outro.
and you specifically.
A gente tá na merda.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry.
A
The
Chantry
remaining clerics have
preme na
declared it
base.
blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste,
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading,
which we have not.
the point is everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
Eu não vou falar mais nada. Ai, meu Deus do céu.
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign. And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
They aren't more concerned about the
Assim,
breach?
uma
The real
série
threat?
de
They
problemas.
do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can
Assim,
stop
tem
it.
uma brecha, tem um
Chantry is
bagulho
telling everyone
jogando
who will
demônio
make it
do
worse.
céu. Mas
There
vão
is
preocupado
something
com
you
a
can do.
elfa.
A Chantry cleric by the name
Interessantíssimo
of
o
Mother
raciocínio, a
Giselle
lógica.
has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
Nem pouco
I
desconfiada.
understand she's a reasonable
Errada não
sort.
tá.
Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Ai, 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 ui, ui. Primeira vez vendo a mesa de guerra. Ui. Tem as missões cronometradas que a gente vai fazer sempre o mais rápido possível tudo, porque elas somem muito rápido. Só você passar o jogo que você perde um monte de missão. Então vambora. Simbora.
Did you see the
Lá pra
message I sent?
Hinterlands.
Yes, thank you.
Opa, comendo! Ihu! Mas acima de tudo, está a Inquisition. Harding maravilhosa! Poderosíssima! Vamos lá. Explore as terras distantes. Nós evitamos os confrontos o máximo que pudemos, exatamente tão ruim quanto temíamos. Os apóstatas estão loucos. Estão loucos, querido. O comandante Cullen me disse para perguntar por mestre Dennett, cavalariço aposentado. Tá, o lance daí é o seguinte, é ajudar o pessoal refugiado, falar com a Mother Giselle, arrumar esse maluco aí do cavalo, que é importante. Ele tem uma questzinha secundária, né? Tá, tem que fazer, né? Essas coisas secundárias eu vou realmente fazer em live, porque não faz sentido ficar gravando. Assim, eu fico explorando o tempo inteiro as coisas no mapa, entendeu? Então fica muito grande.
World of Andraste.
Oi,
I've heard the
amiga.
stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
Ó, a piada.
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and...
Ah lá.
Never mind.
O Varric é muito bom.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Vamos ver aí. Eu dei uma pausinha muito pequena. Vocês perceberam que teve uma quebradinha porque eu fui colocar ali as habilidades dos outros personagens. E normalmente isso é chato, né? Fica um tempão mexendo, escolhendo.
What is it?
O que tu quer, mulher? O que tu quer? Ah, já tá me dando trabalho, né? É isso. Bem, tem muita... Essa aqui é um mapa grande pra caramba, tem muita coisa pra explorar. Ih, coitadinho. Sua sorte é que eu não comecei a quest aí. Vocês vão entender. Você vê, era pra eu ter ido reto? Era pra eu ter ido reto. Mas o que eu vou fazer? Eu vou olhar do lado. Eu vou olhar a casa. Pô, na minha cara. Como é que não vou explorar? E aí, vamos ler. Uma carta em uma casa vazia. British, eu sei que você fugiu com os outros magos e eu sei que virá aqui. Papai lhe disse que se você sumisse, ele mesmo acabaria com você. Ai, que pai legal.
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
Raiz élfica é o babado, é o que a gente precisa, entendeu? Não dá pra deixar de lado. Que é a proporção de vida e uma série de coisas, então... Encontrou raiz élfica? Pega. Encontrou qualquer coisa, pega, entendeu? Tá no chão, pega.
Mother Giselle ought to be around here somewhere.
Ih, rapaz, o cara tá cravado ali, mané. Tá rolando confusão ali na frente. Pera aí que eu vou pegar ferro. Epa, olha o pau quebrando. Ihu, vamos quebrar. Quebra. Ihu, chama. Dale. Olha lá. Arrasei, meu amor. Linda e plena e maravilhosa. Comigo não, violão. Isso aqui, essa área aqui dá muito respawn o tempo todo. Dá nele, dá na cara dele. Isso, Cassandra. Quebra ele no pau, Cassandra. Isso, Cassandra. Arrasa, Cassandra. Misericórdia. Vou pegar esse mago safado, cara de pau. Tá pensando o quê? Ih, mentira. Ai, meu Deus. Ataque de efeito. Aí eu vou a burra, porque é uma anta. Isso aqui é um ataque benéfico. Aí eu vou e boto onde? Boto perto de mim, aí o cara tá perto também. Nem sei se melhorou a vida dele. Espero que não. Espero que ele tenha morrido há muito tempo. Ai, caraca. Sai, maluco. Todo dia é isso, Eu adoro a magia de congelar os outros. É uma alegria pra mim. E também adoro... Pera aí, cadê pegar dinheiro aqui? Tá no fogo. Vamos batendo aí, vamos bater. E quer dizer... Ah, olha, outro... Eu adoro a magia de raio. Nossa senhora, eu me sinto o Thor nela. A própria tempestade. A própria super choque. Tá chocada? Olha lá. Esse maluco vai vir pra cima. Ai, meu Deus do céu, corre. Tá nele. Viu? O bom do raio é que ele vai na cabecinha assim, ele chacoalha. Prá! Deitou? Tá quase. Deitado está. Paralisado. Adoro, é isso mesmo, gente. É isso que é time.
That's the end of it.
Equipe. Adoro. Bem, caraca, a mulher lá. Todo mundo quebrado. Que isso. Coitada, a mulher. Tá nem conseguindo subir a escada. E aí, gente, cheguei, hein? A Inquisição já tá metendo louco aqui já. Imagina, o inimigo fica como? Apavorado.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
But...
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle?
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
Not through any choice of mine.
We seldom have much say in our fate, I'm sad to say.
So you agree with them?
I don't presume to know the Maker's intentions, for any of us. But I did not ask you to come simply to debate with me.
And why am I here?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
That won't just make it worse?
Because you are a mage?
That too?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to...
Só contar a sementinha do caos.
The power is the unifying
Entendi.
force. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
You make it sound simple.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven, and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
É, rapaziada. Brincadeira, hein? Bem, agora
Corporal Vale is
é
coordinating the Inquisition's
a hora
efforts in
de
the area.
começar a ganhar poder. Ah não, primeiro eu tenho que falar com o Cabo Veio. O Cabo Vale. Tem uns pontinhos aí pra reivindicar locais. Você vê que eu não explorei nada ainda no mapa. Acabei de chegar.
Right. That's why.
It's just what I am. You're with the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
You are concerned about refugees starving?
Yes. Many of them brought food, but they expected to be
Bem,
home by
o
now.
negócio é o seguinte, tem que resolver qual é o problema dos caras aí. Eles estão com fome, então é primordial. E, se eu não me engano, eles estão com frio, né? Então, são as duas coisas que têm que ser resolvidas com urgência. Não vou deixar ninguém com fome, com frio, pô. Eu, hein? Essas são quests secundárias, então provavelmente eu não vou gravar essas quests, não faz sentido. Mas por quê? Até porque eu tenho que juntar uma série de poderes, de pontos aí pra conseguir ir pra Valroyo. Então, vamos trabalhar nisso.
All the Templars were called to Valroyo not long ago. These bastards ignored the order.
Somos canalhas. Somos canalhas.
Every Templar I've ever known has wanted to protect the common folk. These men defile their orders.
Templário canalha, mago safado, tá assim. Tem... É aquelas missões assim, bem de tutorial que eu ainda não fiz. E Hinterlands também. Quer dizer, essas são mais importantes de fazer, obviamente. Tenho 7 missões aí já. Viu? A gente chega, minha filha, tiro, porrada e bomba. Dedo no cu e gritaria. Tem 1000 coisas pra fazer. Então é o seguinte, eu vou juntar os pontos e daqui a pouco eu volto aqui pra gente continuar o nosso gameplay. Pronto, ó. Consegui os pontos. Fiz umas quests do frio, da fome, do cacha-prego lá. Matei templário, matei mago, matei bandido, matei o que foi. Ah, olha, foi tiro. Foi tiro pra todo lado mesmo. Foi uma loucura. Foi choque de monstro. Dei choque na cabeça de um monte. Nossa senhora. Bem, estamos de volta em refúgio, Haven. Eu pensei em fazer o tutorial também, mas nessa hora não. E esse negócio aí eu não vou fazer não pra não dar merda, né?
Back in Ansburg, my uncle was 5th Praetor. Honestly, about as much as it does here.
Que antes de ir pra Valhalla, o que foi que eu resolvi fazer? Eu tenho muito medo de perder diálogos com os personagens principais, sabe? Na turminha, os companions. Então eu achei melhor já ir falar com alguns deles.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I have no idea what's happening anymore.
That makes 2 of us. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Are we going to have new verses in the Chant of Light now, for the Herald of Andraste, telling what she did?
It's far too soon to consider anything like that.
Bem, tem aí essa história que é muito boa. Deixa ela passar rapidinho. Vocês irem lendo se quiserem também, né? Deixa ela passar um pouquinho. Ela é grande, né? Pô, era pra ter um pergaminho de 5 km aí na frente, não essa folhinha. Isso aí é a história do rei burro, porque puta vida, nossa senhora, a anta.
I was talking with a friend who said there used to be a verse about an elf in the Chant of Life.
No, that's not true.
Vamos falar com o Vonildo. Olá.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
I've no interest in being a hero. All I want is to find a way to seal this breach.
Pragmatic, but ultimately irrelevant. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins? Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Vou lançar o charminho.
You came here to help, Solus.
Que é aquilo que eu
I won't
falei,
let
né?
them use that against you.
Tem que rolar um romance pra ficar pior ainda a
However,
história.
I had to.
Thank you.
Meu Deus.
And
Ai,
now
meu
let
Deus,
us
só
hope
eu
either
pra
the
ter as
mages
ideias
or the
dessa.
Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Cullen lá. Tá. E aí eu vou arrumar confusão aí, tá bom. Tá certo, é isso aí mesmo. Sabe o que eu lembrei agora? Sabe por isso que eu estou voltando? Que eu não falei com a Cassandra. E a Cassandra é importantíssima pra começar a quebrar o gelo agora. E ela tá lá na PQP, entendeu? Pra me desestabilizar mesmo, cara. Ai, Jesus Cristo. Onde? Onde está? Cadê você, Cassandra? Tá passada? Ali.
I think you need practice dummies made of sturdier stuff.
That would be nice.
Like maybe iron.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy
Meu Deus,
everything I
uma
have
coisa que me
revered my
irrita é essa
whole life.
postura dessa porcaria dessa mulher.
One
Que
day
coisa
they may
horrível.
write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
Parece que tá carregando o piano.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. You've said you don't believe you're chosen. Does that mean you also don't believe in the Maker?
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us. It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
Vou meter mais pouquinho de conversa com a Cassandra.
Not sure. Where are you from?
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
No motivation beyond making things between us less...
antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentagast, daughter of the royal house of Navarra.
A Cassandra é nobre, bebê. Ela é riquíssima, poderosíssima como a espada de um samurai. Conhecidíssima como a noite de Paris.
And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family?
The Pentagasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentagasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentagasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine.
E agora eu pensei que eu não fiz essas mais conversas com os outros, né? Mas é porque essa é a Cassandra que tá mesmo, assim, tava encucada com a gente, né? Tava com problema, achando que a gente era culpado e coisa e tal. Então, era melhor ter uma relação um pouco tranquila com ela. Os outros dois não têm desconfianças.
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things.
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
I'll let you get back to work.
Vamos subir agora. Tava rolando um papo ali de T20. Não vou acompanhar, vou deixar isso um pouquinho pra depois. Porque esse vídeo hoje tá... Eita! Eu ia dizer que tava calmo.
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate! Enough!
Eita, ai. Tinha que ser o boy, né, gente, para salvar.
We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Back already.
Exatamente. Não, cara, mané. Não tenho paciência pra esse homem. Meu Deus do céu.
Will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you. Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics
Toma.
who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave.
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
Pô, cara, relaxa aí, meu Deus.
Seems about as functional as any young family.
How many families are on the verge of splitting into open warfare with themselves?
Yes, because that would never happen to the Chantry.
Nossa, o Cullen tá afiado. Tá ignorante, menino.
Turn over every apple cart.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay.
Assim, a pergunta básica, por que esse cara tá aí?
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs
Sensato, né, gente? Isso é um homem sensato.
What to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
Vai dar tudo certo, Deus no comando, entendeu?
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right.
Eu poderia fazer uma conversa mais comprida. Mas vamos deixar por aí mesmo, acho que já tá suficiente.
Apothecary Adon will have more poultices for the injured as soon as
Greetings,
possible,
Herald
revered
of
mother.
Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I'm doing everything
Tá
within my
indo, né,
power.
minha filha? A gente faz o que dá. A gente faz o que pode.
Breach is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, and though it is considered heresy to say it, she had the aid of the elf Chartan. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
You realize that I follow my people's gods, not the Maker.
Fair enough. But Andraste lived, and her deeds, however shrouded by myth, have their basis in fact. If you do not believe the Chant of Light, at least consider it a map of the dangers you might face. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Eu ia perguntar sobre a Inquisition, mas aí também, imagina, eu ainda ela explicando ainda mais isso e mais não sei o que. Aí a gente só ia sair daqui com um vídeo de 2 horas, né? Faz sentido.
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Farewell.
Until next time.
Tá, deixa eu falar com a Josephine.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if she can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Lavelan, this is the Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
Não vou desenvolver muito assunto agora.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you
Só
as
vou
an
agradecer
advocate, Lady Montillier.
pela presença.
Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Tá, pronto. Fim da história. Segue o baile.
Yes. Good. You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. Especially a Dalish elf. One of the faces who were never part of a circle.
Ganhei
My name is Blake.
level aí.
I research demons and other creatures. Seeker, Pentagast, and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Pronto, sou nível 5. Então já dá para eu ir para Valroyo com um pouquinho mais do que é recomendado. É sempre bom ir para essas quests com mais level do que o pedido, tá? Porque senão começa você ficar estressado. Tá, eu vou adquirir alfaiataria antivana para o nosso inventário aumentar, porque vai achar mais coisas e enfim. Não quero ficar sobrecarregada. Bem, isso aí é o meu clã, né? Querendo saber se a Lavalin, se a Elara tá legal, se ela tá na Inquisição de livre e espontânea vontade. Quero saber se ela tá bem, é isso. E aí tem a opção aí dos 3. Nem pensar, tropa, tá maluco? Não é que mensagem de pagar notícia, porra nenhuma. Eu quero uma coisa boa pra eles lá. Vou mandar um bagulho legal pra eles, pronto. Aí o que acontece? A gente utiliza a Liliana para aquela missão cronometrada. Então durante 15 minutos ela tá ocupada. Nessa missão, pelo que eu vi de todos os conselheiros, a melhor é ela. Então eu vou deixar pra fazer essa missão depois de Valroyo. Simbora pra Valroyo pra gente encerrar este episódio da melhor maneira possível. Nível 4 a 7. Então eu tô no meio termo, numa boa.
Not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion. And we should ignore the danger to the Herald. Let's ask her.
Assim, a chance de dar merda é grande.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her.
Claro que você vem comigo, Cassandra. Tu acha que eu vou sozinha? Bebeu?
Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Tá explicando de novo a mesma coisa. Vambora. Para Valroyo.
The city still mourns.
Empaquetou.
Just a guest seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliane's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Os bandidos querendo defender o povo da gente. Ah, vamos falar sério, viu?
You think the orders return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Atrasar do tipo assim, se a gente cair no pau aqui e ficar todo mundo ferrado.
Stand wary, guardsman. The Inquisition is here, along with the Herald of Andraste.
Tá, moça. Ih, é missa, é reza.
The Templars will stand for us and help Val Royal return to mourning.
Ih, rapaz, precisa dessa merda pra lá. Tá maluco? Eu ia falar com a comerciante, mas me cortaram. Fazer o quê?
Hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more.
Uma mulher me acusando, tem prova?
The so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would
além
send
de farsante, é preconceituosa. Muito cara de pau mesmo. Tá passada, mulher? Perdeu as ideias? Tá do Lula da cabeça?
I am simply trying to close the breach. It threatens us all.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition and the people will be safe once more.
Tomou na quenga. Que isso?
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Não, o maluco não gostou não, achou meio abusivo. Também. Tinha falta de respeito do caralho. Popô disso.
What's the meaning of this?
Não, vou ficar puta. Que isso, pô.
Is an insult, much like your own.
Coitada da mulher, gente.
It's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Templars, one of your own commands the Inquisition's forces. Join us as he did.
You're a mage. Your ties are worthless. They are all made traitors just by being in your company.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royo is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Bem, é o seguinte. Eu vou terminar por aqui o episódio. Até logo.